So just I am giving the organizer access each and everyone. Yeah. So we are discussing about the prompts. So how to create the prompts that we have. So yesterday we have discussed, right? So we'll continue with the prompts only. So if like there are two prompts or three prompts are there, like how to display the order of the prompt. So that also we'll see. Prompt which I am creating at the inverse level. So we can do it at the report level also. So same part I am doing it at the inverse level. So if you create the inverse level, user can just drag the filters and they can able to he can able to see the prompts at the report level, right? So just I am importing the one of the inverse. So let's import the if hash and inverse. Click on OK. Okay, so let's create a prompt on the state object. So click on condition. So now I'm creating the condition, preparing the prompt here. State. So in, and I'm using the prompt. Prompt. Enter the state. Enter state. Okay. Then, so what we need to do? We need to give the parameter of, like, we need to give the data type of the state. So what is the data type of the state? It is a character, right? So you need to give the A. Fine. Then we need to give the class and object, or we need to give the LOVs, or you can use the state object also is having the LOVs. So you can give the directly, you can select the class and object panel, not object panel, it's a parameter. So then, so what else? And free and constant, mono and multi. So you are selecting the multiple values or single value. So I am giving the multi value, right? Then the free. So free means user can enter the values. If you give the constraint, if you give the constraint, user should not have a rights to enter the values using keyboard. Just he has to select the values from the list of values only, right? That is about the constraint. So if you are not mentioning the anything, the constraint or persistent or not persistent, so just you can leave it. That means, so whatever you selected last value, so it will display, right? So the keep last value selected. So if you don't give the not persistent, then so and also the state prompt I want to display the second order. So then what you need to do? User of user 2. Okay, pass this and you are getting error. Like you can ignore this, click on OK. Alias name is already there. Okay. Let's remove all these things. Okay. So and I am creating the one more prompt on the your object here. So first let's see even the state object is having the list of values or not. Okay, click on OK. Then here like I am creating the prompt on the your object this time. Display the values. Okay, perfect. Values are there. Okay. So now here question mark and get the rate prompt here. Select the year. Get the rate prompt. So you need to give the operator. So in list or equal operator. Enter here. Enter here and then it is a character again, it's not a number. Enter here and then select the list of values. Then we need to select the multi or mono. So it should be a multi value and free I am giving and then not persistent I am giving here. Persistent comma user of, so what I am doing, user of 3, sorry, user of 1, because so here prompt should display the first value, right? So user of 1. So enter here prompt time period here, free not persistent user, click on OK. Fine. So have created the two prompts, year and state object, state prompt. Okay. Then and also I am going to create another prompt, so which should display like this. So here if you see if I select, see there are different states. So if I want to see all the states information, in that case, so what I want to do, I am going to add all value in the state object. So I am going to add all value in the LOBs, right? So if user selected all, then it should display all the states information. Okay. So see, generally if you create the prompt on the state object, so you can select any state, so then it will display the particular state value. If you selected the all, like that means if you select the control A and select all the states information, you can run the report, right? So you can run the report, then it will give the results. But instead of control A and selecting the each and every state and drop into the selected values. So if I select all is a value, if user select the all, then it should display all the states information. Okay. So how we can add the all into the prompt. So what I am doing here, so state object, edit this Now guys, if you see, there is no all value, right? Display, there is no all. So what I'm doing, I'm editing, just I'm going to add the all value in the list of values. Or to add the all value, SQL, then union of select, just I'm giving all star from select this. Okay, so then do not generate SQL, the script no errors, run this query, display. Okay, all it is displaying, you can okay. So now LOV is having the all value, right? So and also, and you need to modify the prompt here. If you use select all, then it should display the all values. So what I'm doing here, or, so if you use select all, then it should display the all states information. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking the same prompt, all of in all. So pass this, the pass is okay, you can okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, fine. So save this universe, export this universe to the repository. Now guys, I am creating a report now. So universe name I am selecting here. So here values I am selecting, object I am selecting, state I am selecting, and then measures I am selecting here, sales revenue and quantities. Fine. So here is the prompt and the state also prompt, right? Here and state. So run this query. Now you can see the two states. So here is displaying the first order, because what I did here, year of the user of 1. So I want to display the year as a first order of the prompt and the second state order of prompt, right? So then if you select the state, right? So you can guys, you can see all. If you select all, then it is going to display the all the states information, and run this query. Guys, you can see all the states information you can see, and refresh the data. So for enter here, have selected the not persistent. That's why the values which is not displaying. The persistent, not persistent means the keep last value not selected, right? And the state. See, for state object, so there is no button called the enter. So type a value is not there for state, because so I have selected the constraint. That's what you can't see the type keyword, right? Type a value button, you don't see that, right? And now just I'm removing this. Now if you select the Florida and I'm selecting the 2005, then it is going to display the only the Florida state. So but guys, so if I select here, if I select a state instead of the Florida, I am selecting all. So how the query is working backend. So edit the query. So if you use a selected all, then so what happened? So outlet lookup state is equal to all. So there is no all type of state. but this condition is true, all is equal to all, then so it is going to display all the states. Even if it is not all is equal to all, so if it is a 2 is equal to also, the data will it will display all the data. Okay, so just see the condition is if you are selecting the state, then so this condition is true. If I selecting the California, outer lookup state is equal to California, all is equal to California. So all is equal to California is wrong. So this condition is true. Then so the report is going to display only the California state. Okay. So whenever I am selecting the California or Florida information, this condition is true, then it is going to display the California, Florida state information. But so whenever you are selecting the state as a all, then so this condition is false and this condition is true, then it is going to display all the states information. So how it will work, let me show you in the database. So I'm connecting to the database. So just I'm writing a select star from employee. Select star from employees where, so where if I give the department dot department ID is equal to 50, then so it is going to display the department underscore ID is equals to 50, then so it is going to display the department 50 information, right? So it is going to display the 50 department. Even if you select the department 90, then it is going to display the department 90. Suppose if I give the department 1000, then so there is no department, right? Correct? Or so what I am doing here, I am giving 1000 is equal to 1000. Then what data it will display? If I execute this query, so what it will give the results? Anybody can tell? So will it give any results or will it give something like, yes, correct. So it is going to display the all employees. So one condition is true. So 1000 is equal to 1000. That's what, so all is equal to all also working. Right? So it is going to display all the states information. Because this condition is true, then so it is going to display all the states information. So this is the way the prompt is working when you are selecting all the states information. Fine. So clear guys about the prompts. So whenever I am selecting the all, so it is going to display all the states information. So whenever I am selecting the 50, so then the 50 department is displaying. So then, so see, so it is going to display the 50 department. So this is the way it is working. 90, if I give the 90, so 1000 is equal to not 90, then it is going to display only 3 in place. Is that clear everybody about the prompts? Any questions here? Okay, so this is about the prompts, and we'll see what is derived tables. Okay. What is the derived tables? So guys, see, I don't have here. Okay, already created, I think. Okay, So what is my requirement here? I want to create a report, the product wise. So I want to create a report, the product wise. I want to create a report product wise, cost per unit, or like I want to create a report product wise, tax, so how much tax I am paying. Okay, so I can do it here also. I can do it here also, or I can create a derived tables. So I can create a derived table. Create derived table is nothing but it's a logical structure of the different tables. So logical structure of the different tables. Suppose assume like we don't have the article lookup table in the existing universe structure. Okay, but so what I want to do, I want to display there is one report. They want to display the article, the product wise tax information. They want to calculate it. That is what they require. Okay, so how to create the product wise cost per unit. So it's a simple, like instead of, see, I can also create a object here, but I don't want to do it. So what I can do it, instead of that doing, I am creating the derived tables. So derived tables and what I am doing here. So D product wise stacks. So I can write a query here. I can write a select. So product ID, that means article, not article ID. I want to see the category, or like let's say family name. So family name is nothing but a product name, as product name is product name. And also I want to see the cost per unit. Sorry, not cost per unit. I want to create the tax information. Tax of amount sold into 10%. So that means 0.1. From so the shop fact table. Comma article ID, right? Sorry, shop fact table, comma the article tables. Article lookup table. So we need to join these tables where so article lookup dot article ID is equal to shop fact table of article ID. Shop fact table of article ID. Okay, check the syntax. Okay, let's give as tags. Anywhere. Okay, comma is missing. Process. Okay. Now the table has created. The derived table has created here. Where is that? So the derived table has created. Now, so you can create the class and object with this table. Okay. The product name and tax. So I am not joining. See, there is no common column in the existing tables, right? So now just to create a separate object. So this is for separate requirement. So this is for separate requirement. Derived table. So then product name and the tax. So tax is a measure object. You can make it as a measure object. Okay. So this is a way we can do it. This is a way we can use the derived table. Derived table is nothing but a view in the database. Generally, we create the views in the database, right? Similarly, the derived table also works like this in the view. Okay. save this invoice and export this invoice to the repository. Product name and tags, and done this thing. Few parameters expected one. Just let me do one thing for now. Yeah, this is perfect. Where exactly problem is? Yes, just give me a second. The article lookup table, the family name. Okay. So what happened? Like see, here if you see there are too many values are there for each article ID. That's what I am getting error. So what I can do instead of the product name, so what I will take, so edit the desired table. So then just I am taking the instead of the family name, let's have article label. Article lookup table and select the article label. Check syntax. Click on OK. OK. And then let's see. Instance. group by. This is basically the problem with the SQL query only. Okay. Let me save it. Okay, so this we can discuss, we can see that tomorrow. So maybe it's a problem with the drivers, Microsoft Access drivers. So the query is a correct only. So there is some problem. That this will check it tomorrow again. Okay. So why it is not displaying? It should work. This should work. It's not working at all. Okay. So fine guys, so this we can discuss in the tomorrow session. So why exactly the problem? So tomorrow we'll see it in a local system. I think it's a problem with the ODBC drivers issue. So I think this is a problem. This SQL is perfect. The SQL is displaying proper. So this we'll see in the tomorrow session. Okay, so that's it about the inverse designer tool. This you can discuss, you can practice in the UD which is in 4.0. It is a similar kind of design. It's the same as a designer tool in 3.1. Okay, that's what I am not explained in the 4.0. So then, so the designer tool, which is another tool called the IDT, information designer tool we have in 4.0. So how to design the universe? So using the IDT tool. Generally, so designing the universe in the UDT tool, just we need to create the click on new and set up the parameters, creating the new connection to the database, then insert the tables and create the classes and object, right? So it is just a in a single layer only we are doing everything. But in the IDT tool, so there is a separate layers. There are separate layers to create the universe using the IDT tool. What are the steps we need to follow when we are designing the universe using the IDT tool? So that we will see. So guys, before going to start with the IDT tool, so anybody have any questions in the universe designer tool? Okay, fine. Yeah, yes. So linking universe, we don't use it in real time. So instead of the linking, see basically when you are going to link a universe, the database should be same. The schema should be same. So instead of the creating the multiple universes, so you can create a inside the same object, the same tables in the same universe structure. Okay. So basically to link one universe to the another universe, we don't use it in real time. It's not required, the universe linking. Universe linking part is not at all useful. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So if you want to show me, yeah, it's not required. We don't use it in real time. So I can do that simple. So go to the parameters. So parameter, sorry, linking, and select add linking. So I'm selecting the fashion universe. So, so whatever the objects and classes you have selected, so those objects it will come here. Then, so suppose some of the objects is not available, so that object also you can see it here. Okay. Yes. So basically, see, when you are linking the universes, so the object at least call objects should be common. At least one or two objects column should be same. Then only. So it's not like that. So that is means. So when you are linking the universes, the object is compulsory same. No. So because why we need at least 2-3 objects are common, because when any user creating the object, suppose like this universe is coming, see this universe objects is coming from the another universe, and these are the objects coming from the another universe. So if any user trying to take the here object from this, and also is taking object from this, so if there is no link with the year object to the sales revenue, then it will give error. Okay, so that's what see, generally it is not required at all. Diagram is not required at all. See, suppose, so we have here shop fact table and article lookup table. We have only the two tables we have here, shop fact table and so the article lookup table we have. And in another universe, so we have a called the promotion fact table and the shop fact table information we have. Okay. So these are the two promotion fact and the outer lookup table, the two tables we have in another universe. Fine. So what I want to do, so end user is asking, you want to see the promotion cost, the product wise promotion cost you want to do it. So basically, see, the promotion cost is not available in existing universe. The promotion cost is available in another universe, right? So if you want to see, right? Yeah. So if you want to see the promotion cost, instead of inserting the new tables, so you can link that universe with the main universe. So what happened? So the promotion cost and the other shop fact, sorry, the showroom wise details, shop name wise details, it will come here, come into the main universe. So what happened? So instead of inserting the object and inserting the tables and creating the object, so you can link that universe so with the main universe. So all the objects, so whatever the objects are already there in the derived universe, that it will come into the main universe. So you need not to create any object again. So that is why generally we do the linking part. Okay. So what I can tell, so even it's not my recommendation. So even the SAP or the senior folks also recommendation is creating the instead of linking the universe, is better always create a one universe. So if it is a single database, so if it is the multiple databases are there, so you cannot link it. Okay. So see, so I'm using the Oracle database. So instead of creating the separate universe, so you can create a single universe only, always. That is a recommended one. Okay. So you can tell in interviews also, if anybody asks, you can tell, so we are not linked the universes, so just we created only the single universe on the single database. But yes, so we have created reports by connecting to the multiple universes, that you can tell. So merging concept, using the merge dimension concept, we have linked the two, we have created the report from the multiple universes, that you can tell. Okay. Right. So if you tell like about the LinkedIn, generally whoever study the theoretical part, they will try to explain it. But so there is no project such kind of linking one universe to the another universe. So if you try to explain it, they will get to easily. So this is really not work. Which one? So merge concept. So we have not discussed yet the migration of the universes, right?
Hello, Madhu.
Yes.
Actually, for the linked universes, while migration, can you tell me just a briefly overview of how we do that linked universe migration?
Yeah, we have not started at the migration part. So when we are discussing the migration, so how we can do the migration part? We can using the upgrade management tool. We can migrate the universes, right? So
Okay.
that we can discuss in the migration part. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
anyway, that's what I'm telling. So you should not tell like so linking is done in our project. That will not happen in the linking part anywhere. But if they are asking, tell them directly. So we are not linked any universes. Okay. So if you really want to tell like linking I have done and migrated to the linked universes, so it is a simple again. So I mean linking, like once you link the universes, you can just migrate that universes to the 4.0. It will work. It will work without having any problem. Anyway, that we can discuss if you want it. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So then the information design to liability tool, like there are different layers. So totally it is, the concept is same. So creating the objects and inserting the tables and resolving the loops by using the aliases and context, the concept is same. But the way of designing the universe is different. Okay. So in the identity tools, we have the different steps we will follow. First, we need to create the project. So project contains the different layers. So project is nothing but it's a folder. It's a local folder which is stored into the local project. So in the project, so once you create the project, under project we are going to create the connection layer. What is the connection layer? So connection layer. So there we are defining the connection to the database. Okay. So there we are defining the connection to the database. Again here the connections are two types. The connections are two types. One is a secured connection. One is a secured connection and another is a local connection. Another is a local connection. There are two connections, secured and local connection. So with a secured connection only, we can export the universe to the repository. With a local connection, just we can design the universe. That's it. Okay. So generally, so if you want to create the Webby reports, the connection should be in secured. Okay. The secured connection, so it is extension with the .cns. CNS. Extension with .cns, and the local connection, it is stored into the local system as a .cnx. Okay, .cnx. And once you define the project, then under the project we are going to define the connection layers. And once you create the connection, see with the local connection also you can create the universe. Okay. But if you want to migrate, if you want to export that universe to the repository, that you need to change it to the secured connection. So how we can change the local connection to the secured connection, that we'll see. And then so once we have created the connection to the database, then so we need to create the data foundation layer. We need to create the data foundation layer. So what will be there in the data foundation layer? So in the data foundation layer, we are going to insert the tables and classes in the data foundation layer. So in the data foundation layer, so we are going to insert the tables and join the tables with each other. So and also if there are any loops are there, if there are any loops occurs, So that we are going to resolve it at the data foundation layer. So this is happened in the data foundation layer. So what we are doing in the data foundation layer, inserting the tables, join the tables, and resolving the loop that can be done in the data foundation layer. So once the data foundation is layer over, then we are going to create the business layer. What exactly the business layer? So the business layer, there we are defining the classes and object. So nothing class, nothing but is a folder, right? So there we are going to create the class and the object. So defining the objects in the business layer. Okay. So once we define the business layer, we are exporting this business layer to the business object repository. Okay, you can see the holding the class and object at the, so when you are designing, when you are creating the report, right? But if you created a universe, so in the IDT tool, if you export that universe to the repository, so that universe is stored into the repository is a sales.unix file. Suppose the universe name is a sales, so then the universe is going to store into the repository extension with the sales.unix. So if it is an extension as a UNX, so that means the universe defined using the design using the IDT tool. If the universe is extension with the .unix, that universe defined with the IDT tool. Okay. So these are the steps we need to follow when we are designing the universe with using the IDT tool. Okay. So where we will see that IDT tool. So let's connect here. So go to all programs. So business object 4.0, you can see here SAP business object 4.0. So in the client tools, you can find the information designer tool, IDT tool. Okay. So there you can see the IDT tool. So basically this BA platform client. So you need to want to see these tools in your local system, you need to install the BA platform client. So generally, so where you are going to create the designing the universe in your local system, right? Not into the repository. You are not connecting to the server, right? So how you will connect to the server? First you need to install the client software. So business object is a separate set of file will be there for client software. So you need to install that client software. Okay, once you install the client software, you will get it. So it doesn't require any license key to install the this client tool. Okay, so once you click on the IDT tool, information designer tool, so you can start creating the universe in your locally, even without connecting to the any repository. See. So this is a local project, so you can start working creating the universe, and this is the repository resources. So repository resource means, so you can find the universes and design universes and the connections. So if you connect to the repository, how to connect to the repository? Click here, insert a session. So then you need to enter the credentials of the business object server results. So IP address you need to enter. Okay. So you need to enter the IP address. See, you are working in your local system, but the server is available in UK. So you need to enter the UK IP address here, and also you need to enter the username and password. You need to enter the username and password. Then click on OK. Then it will connect to the UK repository. Then so you can see all the components, all the universes and the connections in the repository. Okay. So that way you need to connect to the repository. Okay. Okay, server may down. Okay, let me do. So actually the server is available in my local in this server only. So I am giving the local host So click on OK. So now you can see the repository objects, nothing but the connections and the universes. So you can see all the connections and universes here. So once the universe is completed, then you need to export to the repository. You can drag and drop or right click on the business layer and publish into the repository. So that way we can do it. Okay. So fine. So tomorrow we can start discussing with the IDT tool how we design the universe. Okay. So and how we can resolve the loop by using the aliases in context. So how we can define the connection, the context that we can see in the tomorrow session. And once, so we'll see with the Microsoft Access database once it is done, and also we'll see so how to connect to the SAP ECC system and how to connect to the info cubes or multi-providers and designing the universe with IDT tool. So that also we'll see. Okay. Fine this, and tomorrow we can make the same time. Any questions before ending the session? Yeah, Shilpa, I don't have. Yeah, session 4 I will send it to you. Okay.
The organizer